Crazy things are happening in crypto right now as we speak. To be a little bit specific, the SEC just again dropped something on us, which makes you just want to write home. And it makes you want to write a whole story about how everything is a lie. Just everything, because it's so freaking stupid. So 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗀𝗃 already shared a couple of words about this. It's stupid, but just take a look. All of a sudden, the SEC is no longer trying to classify the 10 tokens like Solana, Cardano, MATIC, Filecoin, Atom, Sand, MANA, Algorand, XCAD, and 𝗕𝗀𝗪 as securities. So what happened like 2 days ago maybe is the SEC came out and said, you know what? All those different tokens that we earlier classified as securities, no. Throw it all out the window. Those are all fine. Solana, no. We don't think those are securities anymore. You're good to go. That was yesterday or the day before, basically at the same time when Trump was getting this speech going and there was just some really big excitement. So that was part one, all right? They're amending their case against Binance US to remove this allegation so the court won't rule on it. Thank you, Donald Trump. So that is good. That is really good. And by the way, for all my XRP fans, things are actually really interesting when it comes to lawsuits and policy. Apparently, Russian parliament passes a bill to allow cross-border payments with crypto. But here comes the kicker. So if you start looking into it a little bit deeper, right? You think, oh, this is all good. The SEC is taking their words back. But realize what Brad Garlinghouse just said. This is more evidence, if you think about it, of the SEC's stupid hypocrisy. Chair Gensler testifies the rules are clear, yet his SEC can't figure them out and applies them haphazardly, festering more industry confusion, a political agenda, and or bad faith litigation tactics, definitely not a faithful allegiance to the law, as they often try to state. Besides that, though, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm getting goosebumps, and I think a lot of people are with me when I say that right now we're gearing up for one of the craziest times ever in crypto. I mean, the SEC is not on our side. We've got the FOMC meeting in about 22 hours, but screw all that. I am just talking about the phase we are about to enter when it comes to crypto. This will again be a time where you're gonna probably, this is my expectation, make crazy sums of money or lose it all. And this might sound really scary to some of y'all. Don't be a little whiny ass and realize that to win a lot, you might want to lose a lot too. Or at least you might have to lose a lot. There was Exit Liquidity who said, to be transparent, he was up close to 500,000 2 months ago and blew it all, pretty much zeroed out. Never felt this physically sick. I'm telling you all right now, this is the mentality though that you need. You need to get up crazy sums of money and lose it all for your story. What I mean with that is, it's a joke by the way, but what I meant with it was a lot of people out there, they want to make tons of money, but the moment their $1,000 turns to $20,000, they get all afraid. So they go from 1,000, 20,000, and they're like, oh, should I cash out? They cash everything out, and they're too afraid now to risk their capital again. And so what people often tell me is, you know what? I'll start with the $1,000, cash out the 20 because I've made it 20,000, and then I'll start from 1,000 again and keep repeating that. It's possible, but over a bull run, you might do that a few times, but it's very, very different to then have the starting balance of 20K. If you're able to flip that into a 20X, it's 400K, rather than trying to go from 1 to 20, because in the reality, it's almost as difficult to turn 1 into 20 as it is to turn 20 into 400. Some might say turning 20 into 400 is easier than turning 1 into 20. Just depends on who you're asking and what your strategy is. Regardless, I tells you one thing. The biggest mistake I've made in my crypto career is not taking up enough risk. And I keep repeating this to people. In a crazy bull market, of which you've only got about 50 weeks, if you're being too scared with your money, too conservative, most of the time it'll just ride by. And the way I always see it, and people know me for this saying, but I'd rather have $1,000 right now and just try to win big with it than just having it in my savings account, because the 1,000 I'll make again, but the opportunity I might never get again. That does not mean you're going to be stupid with it, just putting $1,000 into a meme coin, 2 fingers in the nose and winging it. It just means that your goal here is to turn it into a crap load because it's the season for it. And now if it turns out you're riding it all the way up to whatever, right? Your $1,000 into $500,000 and all the way back down, you know what you've learned then? That you're able to turn $1,000 freaking dollars into $500,000 freaking dollars. You might say, oh, but Dusty, I lost most of it. You were able to do that. And the way I always see it is, if you're able to do it once, you're able to do it again. Maybe not jumping. Okay, let's not talk about what's not possible twice. But you understand? When it comes to this story, it's about the balls. I know, it sounds a little bit odd, but it really is. And everything has changed now that Trump gave such a big endorsement and the price didn't actually go for a crazy crash. A lot of the speculators are out, but the base price is actually pretty good. I think we are about to start the super cycle, and that's why I'm warning people about this mentally. Get yourself into a state of, oh, I'm losing money, but it's worth it if prices go down. And don't see every single dollar that your portfolio goes up as earned money. See it as your play stash. Because again, only do this with money you're able to lose. Don't enter crypto with a single dollar that you're not willing to lose. Because what if you do? I don't know how you would, but what if you do? So only invest with what you're able to lose. It's not worth the headache of borrowing money from a friend, etc., etc. And just because your neighbor had more money to start off with and he's able to buy another additional car because he did so well with his crypto, it doesn't affect you, all right? Don't look at what another person has achieved. It's all about you and your own story, your own journey. If I was a really envious person and I was really jealous about my peers, I'd be long in a ditch right now because some people are extremely good or get extremely lucky. But to me, it's always a matter of, you know what? If they were able to do that, I could probably do something close to that too, so see it as motivation. To get back to the story, right, a little bit, whenever I see these lawsuit parts, it just makes me realize one more thing. Man, the background of all this crypto law, of all these crypto regulations and policies, it's all BS. It's all one big charade of who can I please the most with what rule and what new statement. So the SEC, I don't want to call them corrupt because it's officially not set in stone, but we could say it looks very corrupt the way they're acting, and it looks as if they're being controlled by some puppet masters, the way they go about these cases and the way they just talk and file lawsuits and act just as an agenda that we can't fully see. We can speculate on what exactly the agenda is, but it's so stupid. Let's stay a little bit PG here. That I do not exactly know what agenda they're following because it's ridiculous. Just think about it, right? They were so stern in saying all cryptos are securities, probably. But now they're getting back to it saying, you know what? We're not going to say that nearly any crypto is security, actually. They're getting back. Why? Because Trump probably came in and was really adamant in saying, we're going to make the U.S. the crypto country. You know what's going to happen soon enough, ladies and gentlemen? Gary Gensler is going to come out and say, no, most cryptos are actually fine. Why? Because BlackRock probably said so, and Gary Gensler can't keep up the charade. I think he knows he's going to get fired really soon. You know what Trump said in a speech? The moment he takes off, is Gary Gensler throwing out the Man, my cursing is crazy today. There's a lot more edits. Thrown out the freaking window, back to the garbage and he should be at. I mean, he's extremely wealthy. He's probably going to go to his crazy mansion somewhere. But you get the idea, right? It's about the idea. Anyway, boys and gals, I'm telling you guys one more time. Just make sure you freaking subscribe to the channel very soon here. And I'm looking through lists every single day, all day right now. Soon here, there's going to come a time where people realize, man, everything in terms of the economy is in a really stupid spot. And like BlackRock said, people are going to head over heels for cryptocurrencies. It's super cycling. Right now, I think is a really good starting point for people to really start going heavier, getting their bags in place, setting everything up. I've said many months now that you almost are out of time. Right now, we're really close to that edge. And again, I can only make this video for a little while longer before you're too late. So just take these videos very seriously. Again, I've been here for so extremely long, and I'm just telling you my story of what I think is wisdom. But the main conclusion to it being, don't be too afraid to be down on your money for a while, knowing that, again, the bull market's here. And the way I see it is either, right? There's two sides this can go. Either you might be down, you might be up for a little bit, blah, blah, blah. But over the next, let's just say, right, to be really crazy about it, 48-month period, 4-year period, to keep it really broad, you're going to be up a frick ton, or everything is going to zero very soon. You'll never be up from where we are at today. You're going to lose everything you ever put in. And I think the odds are about 99-1, maybe slightly lower. Maybe it's 95-5, whatever. So a 1 in 20 chance of full-on capitulation, everything to zero. Most likely, just at some point, we're going to go higher, probably a whole lot from where we are today. If I got to weigh those odds off, I mean, I'll go with the better option right here of everything's going to go crazy. And if it doesn't, and everything goes to zero, oh, at least I freaking tried. Because again, in my opinion, it's worth trying $1,000 to turn it into 5 million, whatever. Put up a crazy number, right? It's worth it to try. Because if I lose 1,000, because the whole crypto industry never recovers, goes to zero, right? I was one of the guys that lost everything with the crypto crash to zero. But you bet your ass I tried. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm getting more and more bullish by the day, and I want to share these thoughts with you because many people don't understand exactly when to get excited. Right now is one of those points. I'm bullish, I'm excited, and I'm ready for what's about to happen next year.